Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. All right, a little bit later in the evening, I've been over at my sisters and brother-in-laws helping them do some repair work on the fence and shelter for one of the dogs, or actually both dogs. But I just want to show y'all, look how big that melon's got. It's not quite big enough. It's not nowhere near ripe yet. But there's another one there. Then there's one over there. And there's one down here. When I thought the last one that I picked was the last one. But either way, I have not been watering them at all. And we haven't had rain, a significant amount of rain in several weeks. So, looks like I got some basil growing right over there. Okay. Anyway, I guess the seed come off of the plant over there, and it planted itself, because this is the pot I had basil growing in, and now I got basil growing in the corn patch. So all right, wasn't planning on it. I need to get out here and get weeds pulled and soil put in. Let me turn around. My brother-in-law wants to borrow my little red wagon that I pulled with the mower this weekend, so I'll have to get out here and get it emptied, and that'll probably motivate me to get a little bit more done. Get the trash out and get that soil and stuff out of there. Other than that, I haven't gotten a lot done. I did doctor the chickens' feet that were having issues, and both of them are still limping a little bit, not much. Sue's foot's completely better, but the rest of them have been doing well. And the new younger hens have started laying. I still don't have roosters crowing yet, but the hens have started laying. I'm getting a couple of small eggs from each pen, so I'm almost positive the hens have started laying. But as y'all can see, since I cut the grass back there, they're keeping up with it fairly decent. There's not much grass left in this fruit orchard side because the chicken's nitrogen just overpowers it, but it works. But I've been over there for the last hour and a half or so after work, fixing the shelter and repairing some fence and stuff for the dogs. So anyway, still got more to do over there, but he's got his hands full with all the tree limbs and stuff we've cut down, trying to get the back fenced area cleaned out so he can keep it cut. And there's a lot more to cut down, but like I told him tonight, there's no need in cutting more down right now. He's got more than he can drag out in a day or two. So I don't know how well y'all heard that. Sounded like a rifle, not a pistol. But it is dove season. So, but that wasn't shotguns. That was somebody with one semi-auto rifle. But either way, the chickens are getting ready to go to roost. It's still a little bit early for that. There's always a few hens that do it early. But y'all know I was talking about the eggs and the young hens. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adult hens in this middle pen. And I normally get 4, sometimes 5 eggs. Most of the time 4. Yesterday I got 5. Today I got 6, and there was a smaller egg in there. Actually 2 smaller eggs in there. So that means these younger hens are starting to lay. And then I got a couple smaller eggs from the last pen. So they're all starting to lay a little bit now. The roosters haven't started crowing yet. When they do that, then they'll probably start sparring with the other adult roosters, and I'll have to do something with them. But the gray hen is in the nesting box in there, and she normally lays late. I only got 1 egg out there today. Yesterday I got 4 or 5. So I had to get them early because I didn't know if I'd make it back home before dark. And she's probably in there laying her egg now, which means I'll have to go back in and collect eggs again today, or just leave it for tomorrow and have a heavy day tomorrow. Still got 15 eggs today. So anyway, that's it, guys. I've during the week working and helping my sister and brother-in-law out with some things over at their house just kind of takes up all my time. I need to do a lot over here, but guys, he's the oldest one in the family. He's over 62, and he's a good sized fella, so it's not like he needs to be out in the heat of the day doing a lot of this stuff. There's only so much he can do, you know, safely. But I need to get out here and get all these weeds pulled. I'm gonna pull the plastic up and get their toys and stuff and throw out the old stuff and kind of clean up here. But that's, again, I got to have time and a little bit cooler weather. I can't take that heat anymore either. So either way, all the animals are doing fine. I'm glad the chickens' feet are finally starting to look better. I will probably come back out in a couple of days and retreat those 2 hens' feet. And I'm going to see if my oldest grandson wants to come spend a weekend with Pawpaw. It's been a couple weeks. If he wants to, then he likes doing that stuff. He'll hold the light for me and all that. Let me do what I got to do. So that's the plan. I know it's a short video, guys. I do appreciate y'all very, very much. I've got some projects in mind that I need to get done. A bunch of small ones, like I've got a couple of the hens. The young hens are nesting. Let me zoom in. Behind the board I've got above the nesting box. They're nesting behind it instead of getting up there with the adults and being picked on. So I need to block the sides off of that so they can't get in there to do that. May even put just a flat board on top and some sides so they can't get up there even from inside the box. But either way, that's a minor issue that I need to take care of. And I've really got to get started cleaning these pens out again. That's a tough job, and I'm not going to do that while it's 93 degrees. So we're still hitting in the upper 80s to low 90s right now, and the humidity's still high. So it'll be a few weeks before it cools off enough to where I can get out and do that without hurting myself. So it just takes time. And then I've got to, you know, I still want to build nesting boxes for all 3 pens. So that's going to come when the weather cools down a little bit and I get a little more time. So, and I've actually been thinking about taking a trip to go see some family a little further southeast of me. And I haven't even talked to them about it, but if I call them, they'll say, come on. So I was thinking about going down to see them, and then while I was there, maybe surprising another friend that doesn't live but about 30 minutes from them that I've never actually met and shook hands with. So we'll just have to see. But either way, guys, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, listening to me ramble, all that good stuff, and subscribing, hitting the thumbs up. That really means the world to me. So I do believe this is a rooster right here. He just hadn't started crowing yet. Might be a hen. Might be. A big old white knight over there. He's so big. Maybe the hens are going to look a lot like him and not be roosters. I don't know, because, you know, it's just so hard to tell. But to me, several of those white ones look like they're roosters. But either way, I got stuff to do. And I appreciate you guys once again. Remember what I always tell you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.